Senator Pacquiao, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The problem of our country with regard to drug trafficking and drug abuse has grown into an emergency situation that now merits urgent action. Kailangan na siguro nating magpasa ng batas na pupugsa punto por punto sa lumalala nating problema sa droga. There is now a need to enact a measure that will decisively repress these heinous crimes. For this reason, I filed Senate Bill number 185, an act of impose the death penalty and increase the penalty in certain dangerous drugs crimes, amending for that purpose other special penal laws and for other purposes on the basis of Article 3, Section 19 of the 1987 Constitution, which states that excessive fines shall not be imposed, nor cruel, degrading, or inhuman punishment. Punishment inflicted. Neither shall the penalty be imposed unless for compelling reason involving heinous crimes. The Congress hereafter provides for it. This particular section has been debated upon the framers of our Constitution. Father Joaquin Bernas wanted to abolish the imposition of the death penalty. He proposed the Section 19 be written as, excessive fine shall not be imposed, nor cruel, degrading, or inhuman punishment inflicted. Death penalty already imposed shall be commuted to reclusion perpetua. However, Commissioners Arturo Padilla and Christian Munsod opposed to this proposition. During the deliberations, they advocated to add the exemption and imposing the death penalty by adding to the provision, unless for compelling reasons involving heinous crimes, the Congress hereafter provides for it. Their suggestion prevailed and was adopted by the Commission. True enough, this provision becomes relevant and useful in our ongoing war against drugs crimes. The provision speaks in clear language in granting Congress the authority to push for measures to reimpose the death penalty for compelling reasons. It is of my humble opinion that our current problem over heinous crimes related to the trafficking and abuse of dangerous drugs falls within the bounds of this constitutional limitation. Hence, in my proposed measure, I introduced some amendments to Republic Act number 165, known as the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002, Senate Bill 1856, to provide certainty of punishment and more severe penalties to drug traffickers. For example, Section 4 of RA 9165 penalizes only the so-called drug mules that made no mention of the criminals orchestrating this illegal trade. Hence, I added in my proposed measure to also impose penalties to those who shall import or bring or force, intimidate, direct, instruct, or otherwise cause another person to bring into the country any dangerous drug, regardless of the quantity and purity involved. Moreover, Section 11 of RA 9165 imposes the penalty of life imprisonment to death penalty for those who will be caught in possession of 50 grams or more of shabu has been reduced to 10 grams in Senate Bill number 185. Procedurally, the present bill is being filed separate from similarly intended bills for other kinds of crimes in order to move the bill forward with focus and unburdened by more lengthy consideration of other crimes. This will allow for a timely opportunity to stop the nation's growing problem over crimes related to the trafficking and abuse of dangerous drugs. The Senate must be clear in its intention to deter dangerous drug crimes and toll the warning bell that the country will now fight back to reign the good of its people, the meaning of its future. Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and that's the bill that I'm trying to pass and become a law. And
Thank you, Senator Pacquiao. For the record, there's a second bill here, and I think there are other bills that have been filed. I just want to be sure that we have it all. This time written by Senator Lacson, and the title of which is an act reinstituting the death penalty in the Philippines. The bill of Senator Pacquiao involves imposition of the death penalty in cases of drugs. And on the other hand, there's a general bill here reimposing the death penalty pursuant to the constitutional provision on a law that must be passed in connection with the imposition of the death penalty. So, Senator Lacson, would you like to make a comment on your bill?
No, Mr. Chairman. I think we should now ask the resource persons. But I noticed that we have only one set of resource persons here. They all come from the law enforcement agency or law enforcement sector. So I don't know how we will proceed. At least for today, we can hear them out. But in the succeeding hearings, I would suggest that we hear the other sectors, Mr. Chairman.
Of course. Again, this will take the form of other matters, really, in terms of the bills proposed by Senator Pacquiao and Senator Lacson. So I think we can call the police to the NBI is here, right? Is the National Bureau of Investigation here? Director Dante Garan, and who else? Police General Ronald De La Rosa, who is represented by Police Chief Superintendent Edwin Roque, Chief Legal. Who else is here? Can you please stand up, Mr. Edwin Roque? All right, the oath has been administered to you already, right? Yes, thank you. And then the gentleman right beside you, Police Chief Superintendent. Yes. Go ahead. Who's next? Can you use the microphone, please?
I'm Chief Superintendent Oscar Albayalde, Your Honor. I'm the Acting
All right.
Regional Director of the National Capital Region Police Office.
All the witnesses here have been administered. Has anybody been here that have not been able to take their oaths here? Anybody? So, you've all taken your oath. So, will you please stand up, the three of you? This will mean the lady, please. What's your name?
Your Honor, good morning. I'm Attorney Maria Lindbergh Constantinopla, the current Chief of Staff of the Internal Affairs Service, and I also sit as Chief of the Intelligence and Investigation Division of the Internal Affairs Service, Your Honor.
You are a civilian?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm a civilian component of the Internal Affairs Service.
Maria Lindbergh Constantinopla, representing Police Chief Superintendent Luterio.
Yes, Your Honor, she would like to extend his sincerest apology for his absence in today's hearing, Your Honor, because he's also engaged to participate in one equally important activity of the PNP, Your Honor.
That's right. And Police Chief Superintendent Albayalde, and you are NCRPO, and Police Chief Superintendent Rosauro Aksyo. Did I pronounce your name right? Aksyo, thank you. Okay. With the
Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this proceeding? You may take your seats.
there have been many cases of killings of late, and not only of late, but in many instances in the past. The questions that we'd like to ask you here would also involve not just the imposition of the death penalty, but also matters involving extrajudicial killings in a very loose definition. So perhaps I would let Senator Pacquiao, because it is the intention of the chair to proceed with the investigation on extrajudicial killings. Would you like to ask a question, Senator Pacquiao, or no need? Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In relation again to the issue of discussing the death penalty bill, may we know whether an amended or subsequent notice was also issued to the PNP and the other offices invited today in relation to the death penalty law or bill, and whether or not they did receive an amended notice, whether they are prepared to participate in today's proceedings in relation to that bill.
Are you prepared to make any suggestions on the bill and for reimposing the death penalty? Anybody?
Good morning, Mr. Chair.
Good morning. The NBI Director is recognized, Dante Garan.
We have not received an amended what Ma'am De Lima was saying.
You have no notice.
We have no notice. So at the moment, although I have on my mind personally, but it will not bring the thoughts of the Bureau at the moment. So we are not prepared, Your Honor.
All right. In that case, then we will proceed. If none of you have been properly notified by the, I'm sorry that we were not properly notified by the Secretary, and therefore we will proceed now with the police and for what you were here for. And try to finish the police now insofar as your thoughts on the matter of the extrajudicial killings. IAS is here, and PDEA is here? Yes, all right. My questions are for IAS, if there are no questions on the part of the committee. The usual rules apply, of course, 10 minutes for every senator. Let me ask IAS right now, how many cases are you handling right now? The last time you came here, you were talking about over 100 cases, right?
Currently, Your Honor, we are handling on about 1,000. If you're going to start our timeline from January to October, with respect to the motu proprio investigation, we're handling 1,411. But if the timeline will be from July to September, our motu proprio investigation will be at 1,298, Your Honor. This is only with respect to the motu proprio investigation, Your Honor, but we also handle walk-in clients, which is about 200 cases, Your Honor, and other regular motu proprio investigation, which is also an additional 200 cases, Your Honor.
So you have over 1,000 cases.
Yes,
To be
Your
exact
Honor.
again, motu proprio, which means there was a killing. Ilan yan? 1,000.
If we're going to start from January, Your Honor, it will be 1,411 nationwide.
1,411. All right, but we're talking about recent killings. Let's say July.
Your Honor, with respect to the recent killings, we have 1,298, Your Honor.
1,000.
298.
How can that be? From January up to the present, you have 1,411. So you're saying there's really a spike, 1,200 from July to September.
Yes, Your Honor, there is an increased number of motu proprio investigation.
All right. Of the motu proprio investigations that you conducted, ilan na natapos niyo?
We are already done with the 300 cases, Your Honor.
And of the
motu proprio.
300 cases, what is your recommendation? Was there any recommendation to prosecute for failure to follow the rules of engagement?
So far, Your Honor, these are drop and close cases, Your Honor. We have 28 for summary hearings, and these are where there is...
Speak slowly because we cannot follow you. Go
I'm
ahead.
so sorry, Your Honor. With respect to resolved cases, Your Honor, we have 300 resolved cases. These cases were resolved because they already been considered as drop and close because there is legitimate operation.
Those 300 cases were considered legitimate operations.
Yes, Your Honor.
Of course, a legitimate operation meaning you had a proper search warrant.
Yes,
Is that
Your
what you're
Honor.
talking about?
Yes, Your Honor. They
When you-
complied with the police procedure, Your Honor.
And what are the police procedures then?
We are covered by the PNP police procedures, Your Honor.
I'm sure you are, but what
Yes,
are they?
sure.
Can you tell us here?
The police procedure, Your Honor, in as much as we would like to discuss about the police procedure, Your Honor, this involves a series of provisions with respect to rules of engagement in the implementation of the warrant, Your Honor.
When you have-
Warrant and other.
you have a
incidents,
warrant,
Your Honor.
you have acquired a warrant insofar as 300 cases are concerned to arrest?
Your Honor, some of these cases are involves bypass operation, wherein the police officers conducted bypass operation, and some of these cases also involves serving warrant to the
All right, and
accuser,
in
Your
all
Honor.
those cases, how many did you prosecute? Did you prosecute anybody? Did you find somebody in violation of all these rules and regulations?
We have forwarded 28 cases for summary hearing, Your Honor, wherein we find that there is probable cause that indeed this
28 of the 300, you found probable cause. Probable cause for what?
that they violated the police procedure.
Such as?
Operational procedure, Your Honor, such as in the serving of the
I'm
warrant.
sorry, I don't know your operational procedures very well, but you should tell us. Did this result in a fatal event?
Yes, Your Honor.
All of them
Yes, Your Honor. The 1,298 cases
are all fatal.
are all fatal. Most
Now, in the case of the 28, what cases have you filed and where? Did you file with the police commission?
no, these cases are filed before the Internal Affairs Service, Your Honor. We have
I know
a
you're investigating it, di ba?
yes, Your Honor.
And then
but-
and then you are also going to prosecute them already in the IAS.
yes, Your
Ano
Honor.
ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
From
we have
there, you don't go to the police commission. You don't file a case at the criminal courts.
no, Your Honor. We file cases to the we also have the authority to file criminal cases. However, Your Honor, with respect to the IAS, it is a one-stop shop. So we investigate, we prosecute.
It is administrative in nature, right?
Yes,
It
Your
is not
Honor.
criminal. You cannot put the guy in jail, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So normally, when you decide to prosecute, you are punishing them, for example, for insufficient self-defense. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So anong ginagawa nyo administratively?
We conduct summary hearing, Your Honor, after the findings of probable cause. We notify the respondent to appear and file their answer. Then eventually there will be a hearing, but with the current amendment of the NAPOLCOM with respect to MC 2016-002, the regular hearing will no longer be conducted, but the parties are now being required to submit their respective position papers just to shorten the procedure on the administrative aspect.
I'm a bit confused. You investigated, already completed 300 cases. Of the 300 cases, 28 you decided to
Proceed for the summary hearing, Your Honor.
summary hearing.
Yes, Your
All
Honor.
right. And who would conduct the summary hearing?
We have a separate division.
Correct. And
For
what
that,
do you
Your
call
Honor.
that division?
That is the Legal Affairs Division, Your
Legal
Honor.
Affairs Division. And what do? They're actually prosecuting the guy, right? The policeman.
Yes, the prosecution is being done by the Legal Affairs
For failure
Division.
to follow the correct...
Yes, Your Honor.
And what are the cases that you're handling? Are you handling right now?
The cases with administrative cases, Your Honor, grave misconduct, serious irregularities.
If he shoots a guy with insufficient self-defense, ano prosecution niya?
Violation of the police procedure.
Grave misconduct,
Grave
di ba?
misconduct, Your
Oh,
Honor.
ba't di mo sabihin? Hindi naman nalalaman ng mga tao rito kung ano yung pinoprosecute nyo eh.
Yes, Your Honor. Only with the...
Do you intend to file murder cases against this policeman?
Yes, Your Honor. We have the intention to file murder cases against this police personnel because it is also within our mandate under
How long
RA
will it take you to
855.
file? Have you filed any murder cases yet?
As of the moment, Your Honor, we haven't filed a single incident.
So from July up to the present, there's been no case filed.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yung 28 ang pinaka-serious. They're all dead, di ba?
Yes, Your
They are
Honor.
dead. Yung iba, you were saying that to us that they exercise the proper measures. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then yung 28,
These are PNP persons who failed to comply with the. They are found to be. There is some findings of probable cause that they engage the suspect in a manner that not in accordance
and
with
how
law.
long do you intend to continue the so-called legal affairs trial, if you will?
Under the MC, the new MC of the NAPOLCOM, we are bound to resolve these cases within 90-day period, Your Honor.
90 days.
Yes, Your Honor, 90-day period.
Have you made any announcement to the media to assure public opinion that something is happening with policemen who violate the rules of engagement? That these people, the 38, following John Doe, Juan Doe, Alfred Doe, etc., etc. John Doe, in his case, shot the guy before, knowing that he had no firearm, or he had a firearm, he had not drawn it, he fired upon him right away. Ganun ba mga kaso?
Yes, sir.
Can you give me a specific instance?
In the case of Colata, Your Honor, I think it
I
was
think I'm familiar with Kulata. That's the guy who killed
was found dead. It is supposed to be a DUI, death under investigation. However, the Internal Affairs Service assumed jurisdiction to conduct.
Who was the policeman involved?
Your Honor, may I refer to my reference, Your Honor?
Please do.
The policeman involved, Your Honor, is from Tansa, Cavite.
That's the guy that we investigated, and so the name is familiar, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yung OFW?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm sorry, Your Honor, I cannot remember, but I have to
Yeah,
refer
that's the one, OFW.
Okay,
Sa checkpoint.
Yes,
Diba?
Your Honor.
Nakamotorsiklo siya.
Yes, Your Honor.
Right?
Yes, Your
At
Honor.
pagbalik niya, hinuli siya, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
At pagkatapos, natagpuan siyang patay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Allegedly, after he was released by the policeman. Why can't you tell us? Why do I have to do it?
Because I have to refer first, Your Honor, because you're asking about the name of the police officer,
All right,
Your
just
Honor.
tell us what happened.
What happened is that Mr. Colata was then going to buy something from one particular corner when it was captured by the CCTV, Your Honor. And then eventually, because he violated the traffic rules, because he doesn't have any license and a helmet, he was being apprehended by the police officer and then brought to the station. While he was in the station, they discussed that they asked for apology for the violation. So the police officers, allegedly, let them go. Then after 5 hours, he was then found in one area at Tansa, Cavite, particularly in Barangay Lambingan, dead already with a placard that "Huwag gayahin, pusher ito."
And is a policeman involved in the killing?
Yes, Your Honor. This is the findings of
Obviously,
the.
because he's obviously, di ba? Do you have the name of the policeman?
Yes, Your Honor. We already filed a case against PO2 Ives Yolon, PO2 Emerson Dizon Ocampo, PO1 Edgar de Guzman, and 1 PO1 Hernan Romanes, Your Honor.
And all of them are accused of liquidating the guy. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you approve of that?
This
Obviously,
is for
because you
summary,
filed it
Your
before
Honor.
the Legal Affairs Division.
Yes, this is for summary, Your Honor. I cannot make prejudgment on the case, Your
Of
Honor.
course, summary hearing means that, mabilis yan, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, gumalaw kayo, 4 na pulis ang kinakasuhan nyo ngayon. So, do they have lawyers, the policemen? Unahin ko muna yung mga pulis. Do you have witnesses from the complainant? O wag na yung pulis, yung complainant na lang.
Insofar as the witnesses, Your Honor, there is no witness to this particular case. However, the fact that they were there
In the custody of these police officers.
yes, Your Honor, there seems to be a prima facie evidence, and in fact, there is findings of probable cause. That's the reason why we
Yung bang
forwarded
mga
it.
taong namatayan, hinahabol kayo doon, napupunta ba doon sa hearing?
No, Your Honor, we volunteered to go to their place and interview them.
So, in-interview nyo sila?
Yes, Your Honor, I asked my staff to go from the headquarters as well as from the region.
Saan ginagawa yung hearing ninyo?
The hearing of Colata is now being done before the regional office of Region 4.
Si Kulata yung namatay, yung hearing ng mga pulis ang pinag-uusapan
Yes, Your Honor,
natin.
yes, Your Honor, the hearing is being run before the regional office of RIAS 4A, Your Honor.
Saan yan? Sa Cavite?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, naandun. And walang pumupunta sa mga kamag-anak?
We're not done yet, Your Honor, with
No,
the...
but nag-umpisa na kayo. Nakailang hearings na kayo.
No, Your Honor, please, the case was only been forwarded for summary hearing only about last week, Your Honor.
Last week, because it was brought here and General De La Rosa was here, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And so he ordered you to conduct an investigation, correct?
Yes, Your Honor, but we
And
also...
wala pa. And did you take any matter? I'm sure your police community relations officer went to the people, the relatives of the victim, correct?
As far as the investigation...
Yes or no?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, what the aspar pa? Nagpunta, di ba? Police community relations, bakit? Oh, ito, hinuli namin to. Ayan, pumunta kayo, dililitis namin to.
Your Honor, currently we have shortage of human resources. Your Honor, we have to.
I'm not asking you whether you have shortage. I don't care if you have only one policeman. I just want to know where you are, because our course here is to find out if you have shortage, and we have been told that you have only 700 people in the IAS.
Yes, Your Honor.
We know your sub-story, okay? And
Thank
we
you,
should
Your
start doing something about it. Now, I want to know, kasi ang importante sa amin dito, na ang tao na namatayan, may habol sila. Nalalaman nila ang gobyerno, hindi pulisiyang pumatay. At dapat, may karapatan silang malaman kung anong stage of the action, anong ginagawa ng mga tao, para may feeling na hindi makakalusot yung mga pumapatay ng tao indiscriminately, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
I have to raise my voice with you. Please, I don't want to do that, but you have to give me more information.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nakakapagtaka sa akin, kailan kayo nagsimula ng mag-summary hearing?
Actually, Your Honor.
Hindi pa.
No, Your Honor, because we have.
Hindi pa.
We have.
Alam ko eh. Nakikita ko sa mukha mo na hindi ka pa handa. Wala pa. Correct?
Your Honor, please, with your respect, Your Honor, we have to comply with MC 2016-002, wherein the respondent is given the chance to make
Did I not ask
given
you
the
whether
chance.
the police have counsel? And you have not answered that.
Your Honor, this matter involves the region, Your Honor. I can confirm to the region, Your Honor, whether they are being represented by the police, because I am now assigned with the DIAS. However, we will provide you with information. May we know from, Your Honor, from the PNP.
Because ano malabas sa akin, cosmetology ito eh. You know what cosmetology is?
Yes, Your Honor.
The study of beautification of an ugly person, right? Hindi exact yung definition ko. Papagandahin mo, pamalagyan mo ng makeup, correct? Nabisto rito yan, nagalit si General De La Rosa, iduli nyo, may kaso kayo, pero hanggang ngayon, hindi ba dapat, isang linggo na yan eh, dapat meron na kayong rason na yan for killing, di ba? Now, ang tinatanong ko, lumipat tayo pasamantala. I commend General De La Rosa. He ordered an investigation. We will follow up this case because hindi pa nyo talaga nasisimulan yung kasong yan. Correct?
Your Honor, with your respect, Your Honor, we have to comply with the provision of the
I know
MC.
you have to comply. That's why I
Yes.
ask you, a lawyer ba? Hindi mo alam. Alam mo ba?
As far as I'm concerned, Your Honor, we are conducting motu proprio investigation on this
Ay, naku,
case.
ano may motu proprio na yan?
The prosecution, Your Honor, of the IAS will be representing the complainant, Your Honor. We are the nominal complainant in this case, Your Honor.
I know. When you
yes, Your
file
Honor.
this case, it will be in the name of people of the Philippines before against these people, correct?
Yes, Your
Against these
Honor.
policemen. So,
So-
tinatanong ko lang, anong stage? Wala pa. Sa totoo lang, wala pa.
No, we have initially conducted our
No, I
investigation.
commend General De La Rosa. Gumalaw siya. Kinasuhan niyo yung 4. Pero saan pupunta yan? Oh, let's go to another topic. Give me a situation where out of the 28, ilan ang pulis doon na nakamatay, na allegedly nagbarilan? Na sinabi nyo, hindi tama yung pagkabaril. Pagkapatay.
All the 28, Your Honor, is with the allegation that
All the 28.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sabi mo lang
Otherwise-
yung case ni Kulata, hinuli nyo lang yung pulis dahil sila ang huling humawak kay Kulata. Last touch sila.
Your Honor,
Hindi
please.
nagbarilan yun.
Your Honor, please, may be stand corrected, Your Honor. With respect to Colata, we are still conducting a pre-charge investigation. Pre-charge, I'm so sorry, Your Honor, pre-charge investigation because we are bound by the MC, if you will allow me to continue, Your Honor. We are bound by the MC 2016-002, wherein the respondent is given the right to submit his counter affidavit within 5 days from receipt of the information that there is a case filed against him. So this is the reason why this case is now for pre-charge investigation and not part of the 28 for summary hearing, Your
But you
Honor.
were the one who raised Kulata out of the 28. It was not me, correct?
Yes,
So,
Your Honor. I stand
lumalabas,
corrected, Your Honor.
You stand corrected, don't
Yes, Your Honor. With respect to the Colata, is still for pre-charge investigation, Your Honor.
All right. I have already gone beyond that. Let us now go to the other 28 na sinasabi mo. So, 29 yung sinasabi mo. 28 ngayon. Yung sa 28, bigyan mo ako ng sitwasyon na yung pulis nakipagbarilan. Alam mo, yan ang issue ngayon sa buong mundo. Ang dami namamatay sa barilan. And ako, naiintindihan ko yan. Sinasabi ko nga sa mga tao, pag sinasabi ng Pangulo, sinasabi ng mga hepe, na pag may baril yung kalaban at bumunot, maunahan nyo na. And because of that, lahat ng mga uhuli yung drug pusher, magkakarga na yan. Lalaban na yan ng baril. Ngayon, 28 ang nahuli nyo. O ano yung 28 na yan? Sino yung nakipagbarilan?
Your Honor, could I ask for our reference because all of these cases within the region, but we have a copy right now of these cases, Your Honor. I would just like to confirm with my staff, Your Honor, for a while, Your Honor.
Go ahead. You're allowed. That's where I'm going to head. I don't know about the others here. I just want to know, let everybody know, we are not going to leave any stone unturned here. When you say there's a shooting, you have to justify the shooting. And you have to do it quickly. Kung nagbarilan ng pulis, ikaw, matagal ka na ba sa IAS?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ano na hawakan mong kaso sa IAS?
I have
Marami.
so many cases, Your Honor.
Alright, may nagbarilan. How long does it take you to say, hindi tama yung ginawa mo, suspendido ka, turn in your badge, turn in your gun? Kung ba yung nangyayari doon?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yung baril mo, suspendido ka, you're confined to quarters, or
Not in all cases, Your Honor.
anong kaso? Halimbawa, give me some case.
I am the one who investigates.
No, just tell me. Anong sinasabi
Atiwanan
niyo?
case, Your Honor.
Pag nakabaril yung pulis, anong ginagawa niyo?
We conduct ballistic examination on the firearms. We requested.
No, I know that. Yung ballistics, aralin nyo.
Yes, sir.
Sinasabi ko na, nakita nyo na, gaano katagal yun? Ang tinatanong ko, gaano katagal? Pagkatapos magbarilan, yung malalaman na yung pulis hindi ginawa yung akdang nakalagay sa kautusan na dapat huwag ka mamamaril ng tao kung di ka babarilin.
We are
Anong
supposed.
procedure pag nanghuli ka? Di ba taas ang kamay? Kakapkapan nyo. Hindi lang taas ang kamay. May baril. Binaril nyo kaagad. Tama o hindi?
No, Your Honor.
Mali. Give me a case do sa 28 na gano'n na nangyari. Nobody's gonna get a pass here in spite of what other senators are thinking.
Okay, Your Honor. One case at Pasay, Your Honor. One particular case in Pasay, wherein we are already done with the summary hearing. In fact, the result of the case has already been forwarded to the disciplinary authority right now, Your Honor, for his signature and approval.
Ito yung nakakulong sa Pasay.
Yes, Your Honor, the detainee.
Kwento mo ang facts dahil nakikinig ang buong Pilipinas dito. Sige, kwento mo ano nangyari sa Pasay.
Based on this particular case, Your Honor, the suspect, the one killed were actually detained at Pasay.
Alright, before we go any further, I will go back to you. I want a list of the 28 cases that you say involve firearms, nagkabarilan. Gusto ko ibigay niyo sa akin kung anong sitwasyon dyan, and I want you to submit the rules and regulations involved sa investigasyon ninyo.
Yes, Your Honor. we'll
Sinasabi mo
submit the same.
MC22?
MC 2016-0002
MC-016, can you?
of the NAPOLCOM.
Oh,
2016-002,
So
Your
kasama
Honor.
rin ang NAPOLCOM dyan, hindi lang kayo.
No, Your Honor. This is with the.
Ina-adapt nyo lang yung rules ng NAPOLCOM.
Yes, Your Honor, because they are the regulatory body of the Philippine National Police, Your Honor. They're the one engaged into providing us the policy and the rules with respect
Okay,
to our...
sige, proceed. So sa 28, sino pa? Ano nangyari doon sa Pasay? Kwento mo na yun sa Pasay.
Mr. Chairman,
Your Honor,
Yes.
may I just interject related to your line of questioning?
Yes, please go ahead.
Have you taken over the investigation of that incident last October 9 in Oriental, Mindoro?
yes, Your Honor,
So
we
what's
already
the
acquired
initial-
jurisdiction.
What's the initial findings?
The initial finding is that there is no need, Your Honor, to with respect to the Mindoro case, Your Honor, we proceeded with the pre-charge investigation because there's no need for us to conduct motu proprio investigation simply because the police personnel
No,
here.
what's your initial findings?
Our initial finding is that they are involved, Your Honor, and that they should
that's
be
not
charged.
What I want. What's the motive? What was the motive in the shooting incident? Because it turned out that the masked men are actually police officers, di ba?
Yes, Your
Riding
Honor.
in tandem, but they
Yes,
turned
Your
out to
Honor.
be police officers. So I'm trying to find out the motive because that's significant. Kung ang motive is, kung ang motive was to shoot them as suspected drug personalities, I can more or less form a conclusion. But kung personal, iba rin yung conclusion. So I'd like to find out from you, ano ba yung motive na na-establish nyo in the shooting incident?
It is more personal motive, Your Honor, because
What's the motive kung personal?
we are yet.
How can you say it's
Excuse me.
personal when you don't?
Yes, Your Honor,
What's the motive?
because the person killed, Your Honor, in this case is a chairman of the Crime Watch. Crime Watch is not engaged into any illegal activity. So more or less, it's a personal motive on his part because he has no reason to. There is no reason for him to be killed because he's not engaged into any illegal activity. So it's more on personal motive, but this being handled by our Region 4A, Your Honor. I'm now handling 1,200
Pag sinabi mong personal motive, ano yung specific motive bakit pinatay o bakit pumatay yung pulis nung sinasabi mong crime watch? Love triangle, personal grudge. Dapat ma-establish yung motive kung meron kayo initial investigation na kinonduct. Kasi, balik ako sa theory na i-establish ko, no? Kasi kung drug-related operation at police officers in mask disguised as riding in tandem, iba yung conclusion ko doon. They could be over-eager police officers na ayaw lumantad sa legitimate operation na pumatay ng drug pushers. Pwede rin namang they were instructed by higher authorities. So, sa akin, importante yung ma-establish yung motive para makadraw tayo ng conclusion. Di ba? So, ano yung personal motive na sinasabi mo?
This is my opinion, Your Honor, but
No, you're an investigator. You don't give us an opinion.
Your
Based on your
Honor.
findings.
Yes, Your Honor. I just in receipt of the findings, we have the initial report. They have not yet given to us here at the National ES the result of their investigation, the investigation report. We just in receipt of the initial report, Your Honor, with respect to what actually transpired at the Mindoro incident, Your Honor. But we will provide you with information if we are already in receipt of that investigation report, Your Honor.
Conclusive ba yan na hindi drug-related yung operation, yung shooting incident na yun?
We don't have yet the initial profile with respect to the victim, Your Honor, is that he's a chairman of a crime watch.
Well, maski chairman ng Crime Watch, kung involved sa drugs, may conclusion na ba kayo na talagang absolutely wala siyang kinalaman sa drugs?
No, Your Honor, it is just an initial information, Your Honor.
For the benefit of everyone, refer to this report. Gloria Oriental Mindoro. Riding in tandem killers who gunned down 51-year-old Citizens Crime Watch. You're not telling us that we don't know that this guy is a Crime Watch person. Regional Chairperson Zenaida Luz. Babae pa ito, ha?
Yes, Your Honor.
Last Sunday night in this town turned out to be 2 junior police officials. Police officials. One of them, a bemedaled municipal police chief, the top police official in this province revealed yesterday. Now, natutuwa ako na mismo yung provincial director, inuli niya yan, sinabi niya, ito, bimedal pa ito, walang exempted. Walang exempted. Ang hinahabol ko lang dito, gaano katagal ninyo bago nyo maipile yung kasong yan. Kung nahuli nyo na yan at sila ang bumaril, inaamin nila, ano susunod na yugto nitong saga na ito? Senior Inspector Magdaleno Pimentel Jr. of the First Maneuver Base in San Teodoro, and Inspector Markson S. Almerañez, Chief of Police of Socorro Town. Police chief pa, nakamotorsiklo, pinatay. Alam mo, bago ako umalis kanina, pinapakinggan ko si Vice President Kabayan. Ang sabi niya, ang pinagsususpetsa ng tao ng mga riding in tandem, hindi makakagalaw ay mga pulis. Eto, nasa batisan ni Senator Lacson, yung kasong ito, pulis mismo ang bumabaril, naka-motorsiklo pa sila. Ano ang estado ng kasong yan?
It is for PCI, Your Honor, pre-charge investigation.
Kailan nangyari ito? October 11 to Sunday 2016.
Sunday, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
9 to 11, right?
Yes,
So,
Your Honor.
you have to expect that we're going to ask you these questions, hindi para ibilad kayo o hiyain kayo, puro para malaman namin kung ano ang gagawin nyo sa mga ganitong pangyayari. Wala pa tayo dun sa DUI, ha?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, the incident actually transpired in October 9. But
Correct.
it came to the news about maybe
October 11.
Your Honor.
No, hindi ko ta sinisingil doon. Just want you to answer forthrightly.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nangyayari yan. Even in America, may mga pulis namamaril rin eh. Talagang nangyayari yan, pero ayaw natin mangyari yan. So, the point is, can you give us any example dun sa 28 na sinabi nyo na, litis nyo na, nasa legal affairs? Ano yung mga kasong yun? Meron ba nagbalilan doon na napahin nyo na hindi naman nakahawak ng baril yung tao, binaril ng pulis? Meron ba ganon?
Your Honor, all of this involves shooting incident, Your Honor. But
Just answer me, yes or no.
I don't have any information, Your Honor, about the 28, Your Honor. But these are shooting incident.
You know, I want the police. Alam mo ako, nag-mayor ako. Pinakamasamang police yung police ko noong araw. In 1 year, we turned it around. We made it the best police council in the whole country. That was way back in 1980.
Yes, Your Honor.
Alright? And it kept on winning and winning every year afterwards. At wala na nang mamatay sa Olongo po ng panahon na yun. Birang-bira. So don't tell me, you do not know.
Your Honor, I have...
So, sasabihin ko na lang sa inyo,
but I
sa
can...
28, ulitin ko yung tanong, ilan doon, involving shooting incident, ang na-find out nyo na yung taong binaril, walang baril, o di ka naman lumalaban, binaril, nakataas ang kamay, binaril, nakaluhod na, binaril. You know, ang media natin, madilikod siya, tama lang. Yung nangyari doon sa Caloocan, tinanggal yung lalaki, 17-year-old, pinatay. This is not gonna be a picnic, you know.
Your Honor, with respect to the 28 cases now for summary hearing, these are being done by the regional offices. In as much as I would like to inquire on how the incident transpired, whether or not they drove guns or there was indeed a shooting incident.
What is your procedure in IAS? Because you're saying me, na malayo sila, hindi namin ginagawa yan eh.
We monitor, Your Honor. In fact, we
How
have
do you
the initial
monitor?
report. We have the initial report that there is a case. These particular cases are for summary
When do you
hearing,
get
Your
that
Honor.
report?
Pardon, Your Honor.
When do you get that report?
Tomorrow, Your Honor, I can submit it to your office, Your Honor, because this report are all available, Your Honor. Just give me the chance, Your Honor, to scan on the peruse on our documents, Your Honor,
Alright,
because everything is available.
I don't think I'm going to get anywhere with you right now, and you're not making a good account of yourself, because when you come here, you better be ready. I'm not against the police here. I'm not the pro-police. I just want to make sure we can come out with a decent investigation report here, committee report here that will say, these are the following things that must be done right away. Kung nagbarilan, nakita ninyo, wala sa lugar yung pagkabaril. How long does it take you? Dapat within 3 days, alam nyo na hindi sinunod yung rules of engagement. Pwede ba yan?
Yes, Your Honor.
O, pala eh. Ba't wala ka ba sabing ganon? 300 yun na-resolve nyo eh.
Yes, Your
That
Honor.
means sinabi niya, hindi, tama lahat ng ginawa nila. Namaril sila, lumalaban yung tao, papatayin yung polis, napatay namin. Okay yun, kung totoo yun. Pero kung ang tao, yung 28 na sinasabi nyo, at inunan mo si Kulata na hindi naman involve yung barilan ng polis sa yung tao, ang tinatanong ko, internal affairs come in, may polis, bumaril siya, nahuli niya na, nakasakay na, katulad nun sa HPG, nakasakay doon sa kotse, walang baril yung tao, pati nung tao, napatay. Siyempre, magtatanong ng tao. Eh, ganyan lahat sa mga pulis, namamaril sila. Ayaw natin yon. Ang gusto natin, lalabas, lumalaban talaga sa pulis, na patunayan. Now, meron ba kayong gano'n na 28 doon sa pulis na yon, na gano'n sa nangyari doon sa HPG? Meron ka bang alam? Wala. Sa Metro Manila, nandito ka sa Metro Manila, may kaso ka bang nasabat na yung pulis ng Metro Manila ay hindi sinunod yung rules of engagement?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, sabihin mo sa amin kung ano. Sa 28 na yan, meron? I will ask General Alcayalde, who is the National Albayalde. Sorry, I'm not very good in names. But can you show me, my staff prepared, we've been following, hindi pa ako senador, pinapalo ko na yung riding in tandem. So when these things happen, nagbilang ako July, this is far from accurate because ang figures in fact are larger than my figures. Will somebody please operate that? In Manila, lumalabas, may papel ka ba dyan? Dito? Dito na lang. Meron ka ba? I'm not talking about riding in tandem. Huwag muna yung riding in tandem. Yung muna ang mga from July to the present.
Ito yung folder 5.
I'm sure you have better figures, General, no, than me because you have figures in the PNP. And mine doesn't compare to yours. Mine is based on calling it from the national media. If I were the PNP chief, and I'm not, but if I were a mayor of Metro Manila, let's say Manila Police, and I want to protect my people, I would say, in the city of Manila, you have a police superintendent, Joel Coronel. Is that correct? Is he here?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hello, okay. Can you put him under oath? I want to advise you that I am not a McCarthyist. No? I'm not finding fault. I'm finding a solution to a problem. I don't even have to tell you that, but I want you to know that we will find a solution. Go ahead.
Sir?
Colonel, Superintendent Cornell.
Sir? Can we do this for the police officers?
Huh?
For all the police officers who are here?
Isa-isayin natin. Pag tinawag na lang.
Kindly raise your right hand, sir. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this proceeding? Sit down.
And you are the head of the Manila Police Department. Thank you. Please sit down. Thank you very much for coming, sir. Let me ask you, sa akin hong talaan, under police operations ang namatay sa Maynila, do you have yours? Meron ba kayo? Pakisabi niyo lang kung ilan sa inyo.
For the city of Manila, sir,
Opo.
starts July 1 to October 5, a total of 200 suspects were neutralized by the Manila Police District in police operations, sir.
Masakit pakinggan yung neutralize. I would say, baka sabihin military kayo.
Were killed in the course of police operations.
Pwede naman sabihin decaffeinated. No?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Just funny. Sa inyo, 200 lang?
Yes, sir. As of October 1.
200, exact.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sa amin, 164. Sa police operations yan, ha?
Yes, sir. In police operations.
And DUI, ilan sa inyo? Sa amin, 40. Nakalap ng staff namin.
Yes, sir. For police operations, sir, it's 54, Your Honor.
54. So mataas kayo. Ang grand total is 204 sa amin. Sa inyo, ilan ho?
Grand total, sir, is 254, Your Honor.
254.
54. Yes, Your Honor.
Ilan ho ang nahuli niyong pumapatay doon sa DUI na 50 sa inyo? Because siyempre,
Yes,
kung ako mayor, I take pride in trying to provide citizens peace and order to the point that pag may namatay, I am awakened at night. Kaya sanay ako mapuyat eh.
Yes, Your Honor.
Pag may nakawan, tinatawagan ako. Even in the Red Cross, pagka may nangailangan ng dugo, may lumindol, tinatawagan ako ng operation center namin para alam nila, nababantayan namin para hindi mamamaga yung problema. Ano po?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sure, I presume you're not the colonel kung hindi kayo magaling, no? So, hindi ba kayo nababagabag na ang namatay sa inyo ay about 200 sa police operations? Doon ba sa police operations nyo, lahat yun na-justify nyo? May iniimbestiga ba ang... Automatic i-investigate niya pag may namatay, di ba?
Yes, sir. Our Internal Affairs Service is investigating
yun.
those
Tatanong kita ngayon. Meron ka ba na-imbestiga doon? Miss
Constantinople, Your Honor. Our DIAS, Your Honor, District Internal Affairs Service is doing the investigation with respect to the MPD, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm. If that is the case, meron ba kayong kinasuhan na ng murder? Meron o wala?
Criminal case, Your Honor, administrative, Your Honor. Criminal case.
Criminal case?
As far as I'm concerned, we have not
Wala.
filed
Okay.
any criminal
Good.
case, Your Honor.
Sa administrative, improper implementation of the rules of engagement.
We have one, Your Honor.
One,
One with respect to the NCR.
NCR.
Yes, Your Honor.
Bakit?
That is with the case of the Pasay City incident, Your Honor.
Manila ito eh.
Manila, Your Honor, we are not yet done with the summary hearing, Your Honor. Not a single case was.
All right.
They are all under
Colonel,
investigation,
kayo
Your
ba?
Honor.
Superintendent, meron ba kayo? Nagagalit sa akin si Senator Pimentel pag sinasabing Colonel. Superintendent, meron ba?
No complaint has been filed against any Manila Police
You have
District personnel
investigated
in
all of
relation
that.
to our police
As a good
operations.
officer, you'll say, because ayaw nyo mapagbibito kayo na
Yes, sir.
salvaging, hindi extrajudicial killing, salvaging. Yun ang naging akusasyon sa mga police through the years. Nagsasalvage. Extrajudicial killing represents, medyo may political accent yun eh. No? Mapatay ng labor leader, mapatay ng politiko, mga ganyan. Pero ito, salvaging, mga kriminal na nagsawa na ang kapulisan o nagsawa na yung mga vigilante, yun ang pinapatay. Walang salvaging dito in that definition.
No Manila policeman has been ever involved in salvage or summary executions.
That is the ideal, of course. Pero you do not have a policy to that effect.
None, Your Honor.
Alright. At pag nakamatay, you investigate right away.
Yes, Your Honor.
Sa inyo, on your own, even without IAS.
Yes, Your Honor.
Papaliwanag siya. Ano ang procedure? Kukunin niyo yung baril.
Yes, Your Honor. Initially, after the course of a police operation wherein a suspect was neutralized or killed, our policemen will have to surrender themselves and present
Is
themselves.
that a civilian term? Let me ask General Albayalde, is that a civilian term? Neutralized? Is that the term of police? Iba ginagamit or is that a military term?
That's what we have adopted, sir, instead of the word.
Sa PMA, sa totoo yun?
Yes, sir.
Neutralize
Yes,
the
Your Honor.
enemy.
Yes.
Medyo masakit pakinggan eh. You know, in self-defense, we disable the enemy. Or not the enemy, the criminals, di ba?
That term has already been in use since the time of our former Chief PNP, Senator Lacson.
Excuse me?
That term has already been in use since the time of our former Chief PNP, Senator Lacson. Sir.
Sige.
Neutralized.
Sip ka, sige ka. I will put that on record. Alright. Anyway,
Word killed.
doon sa DUI, hindi ba masyadong marami yung DUI ninyo? 50?
54, sir,
That's
for the
about,
period of 100. Yes, sir, 54
4 months,
incidents.
that's about 50, but over 10 a month.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mga 42 a month, no?
Yes, sir, 14 cases of
12 a month. Mga 12 a month?
Yes, Your Honor. 12 to 14 cases a month, Your Honor, on the average.
And is that normal for a city like Manila?
Well, for the past 6 months, our murder and homicide rates is averaging about 21 murder and homicide incidents. And I would think it's way below the normal figure, sir, as compared to the death under inquiry.
Right. I mean, of course, when you deal with averages, they could be misleading because one death of a human being is one death. That should be something that we should not tolerate, di ba? Or not even allow. And have you done any investigation who are behind these killings in 50?
Yes, Your Honor. Out of the 54 cases which we consider as death under inquiry, we were able to clear 9 incidents with the identification of 7 suspects. Of the 7 suspects, 4 also were already killed in the course of police operations arresting them, Your Honor.
And who were these suspects?
I have here.
What is the nature of their livelihood? Or
Yes, sir. I understand in these 7 cases, they are all drug-related. Wherein the persons initially killed under the death under inquiry cases were former cohorts, accomplices of the other suspects in the drug trade.
and why would they be killed? Have you established that?
I understand, sir, that there were 3 motives we uncovered or discovered. First is the very common is the non-remittance of collection money insofar as drug money is concerned.
Nanunuba.
Hindi po nakaremit, sir, yung suspect.
Nanunuba. Hindi
Yes, sir.
binabalik.
Yes, sir. Another, sir, is when in rival groups or drug trade syndicates would take over the area of another suspect, particularly when arrests have been made by the police, a new group will take over that particular area, and there will be, I understand, conflict between these groups, and it will result to killing among them. And number 3, sir, is what we're investigating now, the possibility of some policemen who are formerly involved in the illegal drug trade who are neutralizing or killing their former sources or
A
suppliers.
policeman.
Yes, Your
Some
Honor.
policemen are killing their own sources.
Yes,
You
Your
were saying what I've been saying.
Yes,
That there was a chilling effect na ni-reveal ng presidente yung 5 general that is unprecedented. So marami natakot na baka may magtuturo, sini-eliminate na nila yung mga taong na gamit nila dati, baka ituro sila. So yun ang example mo dito.
That's one possibility now we are investigating, Your Honor. In so far as
Ilang
the 50
kaso yun?
cases.
Mga ilan?
There are about 5 cases, Your Honor.
At you know the particular policeman involved?
We
Former
have
policeman or current policeman?
former policemen, Your Honor, and still 2 in
In
the active
service.
service. Yes, Your Honor.
Have they been arrested?
No, not yet, Your Honor.
You have enough witnesses to that effect.
We have enough information to conduct follow-up operations that will lead to the filing of cases.
And
Your Honor.
wouldn't it be nice if you announce that to the media and you say, these policemen are wanted for killing these people? Hindi ba maganda yun para matulungan kayo ng tao?
At
Do
this
you
time,
have a
Your Honor-
website?
Yes, Your Honor, we do, sir.
Pwede nyo bang ilagay sa website nyo, itong mga police na ito involved, pumapatay, ito pinag-iinalaan ng Manila Police Department, itong mga police na ito involved, pinatay niya itong mga taong ito, pwede ba yun?
Most likely, sir.
Any
Yes, sir.
witness, somebody who can testify where they are para mahuli,
Yes.
ay tatanghalin namin isang bayani ng bayan.
Yes, sir. We will be able to do that, Your Honor, as soon as we have filed the case and a warrant of arrest will be issued against that particular.
So there are
suspect.
suspects.
Yes, Your Honor, we have suspects.
Do you have witnesses to attest to the fact that these people were the ones involved in the killings?
Yes, Your Honor. Witnesses or information provided to us that might link them
Well,
to
that's
this possible-
information that
Yes, sir.
at least gratifies me because I feel that may ginagawa kayo. And that is the point of this investigation. Ayaw naman natin sabihin na wala kayong ginagawa, di ba? Because mahirap ang pulis eh. Ang pulis eh, pag wala kayong ginawa, sisisihin kayo. Pag may ginawa kayo na wala sa lugar, sisisihin kayo. Ginawa nyo na nasa lugar, sisisihin pa kayo. That's why it's so important that you come out with an explanation of your rules and regulations on what you're doing and make an announcement. And this is now the proper opportunity for you to say that. And I'm glad that you are articulate enough to respond to that. But you still have 200 policemen that use deadly force. Is that completely necessary?
Yes, sir. I understand. Under the rules of engagement,
What do you understand?
that the use of deadly force is allowed in the event that the life of the policeman or any person for that matter has been threatened, and that the use of deadly force is necessary to negate that.
How many weapons have you collected from these encounters? And 200 na yan.
Yes, sir. Allow me to check my records. Yes, sir. A total of 195 firearms had been seized,
195 firearms
had been seized from the suspects
of various calibers.
of different calibers, Your Honor.
What is the heaviest one?
The most number is, the heaviest is caliber 45 pistol, Your Honor.
So pistol karamihan.
Yes, Your
Walang machine pistol.
Shotguns, there were shotguns, 9mm pistols, caliber 38, 357, another heavy caliber firearm recovered, Your Honor.
And that has been in the evidence file now, or nasaan yan?
They're all been turned over to our crime laboratory for ballistics examinations, Your Honor.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, go ahead.
clarify lang. Did I hear you right? Out of 54 DUIs, 9 yung resolved, yung solved cases, 9.
Cleared or sold, Your Honor.
Yeah, and another 5 is under investigation, may possible suspects.
Yes, Your Honor.
So 14 ang total.
Yes, Your Honor.
So isn't that a rather low crime solution rate? Kinuwenta ko 1.78%.
Out of the
Medyo
54, yes, I would
yeah,
think,
yung
sir, it is
54, 9
still-
out of 54, so medyo mababa.
Yes, yes, Your
1.7, 1.8% solution rate. Di ba mababa yun?
So that's about 10 out of 5 cases, Your Honor. But we're still
10 out of
following
5,
up on
10 out of 50, you mean?
10 out of 50, Your Honor. But we're still following up on the other cases, Your
20%.
Honor. Case build-up and
10
follow-up
out of
investigations are being
10%,
conducted.
20% yun?
Ha?
Yes, sir. 10 out of 54. Yes, sir.
Mali yata yun, 17%.
I'm sorry, 14 out of 54.
Ha?
14 out of 54, Your
14
Honor.
out of 54.
Yes, Your Honor.
So pag kinumpit natin. Grabe.
So ito yung mga DUI.
25%, 26%.
Yes, Your Honor.
Lahat-lahat.
But the other cases, they're still subject to follow-up investigation and case build-up. So hopefully we'll be able to break some leads, gather some more information, and identify the culprits, Your Honor.
Yung DUI ninyo, may mga kaso ba yun?
In the 54 cases, they are drug-related, or most of those are included in our watch list, Your Honor.
Wait, sabi, mamaya na yung watch list kasi natatakot ako doon sa mga watch list na yan. Eh.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, go ahead.
let me deviate a little, ano?
Yes.
I'll just jump.
I
in.
don't want to lose this point. But go ahead.
This is not on the agenda, no?
Oh.
Pero si Senator De Lima filed a bill yesterday. Ito yung classifying extrajudicial killing as a separate crime. Am I correct, Madam? Anyway, one of the features or one of the provisions to sa kanyang bill is the use of a megaphone before you conduct arrest or raid.
In-interview ko dyan
So, I would just like to pick your brain. Although hindi sa agenda pa ito, there will be a separate hearing for that to tackle that bill. But yun lang, what's your take on that particular legislative proposal or measure? Yung aspeto na yon. Use of megaphone before you even conduct arrest or conduct a raid, you are required, if and when that bill is passed or enacted into law, no, you will get hold of a megaphone, or that will be part of your equipment or equipage, you know.
Yes, sir.
So you will announce to the suspects para, well, that's the feature. So what's your take on that particular?
Personally, sir, I think that will be on a case-to-case basis, Your Honor, because there are instances wherein operations, particularly against high-value targets, we don't need to announce our presence, and we have to use the element of stealth and surprise to conduct our
And
operations.
what would be the case when it is practical or it is safe to use a megaphone?
Particularly in cases where we have hostage situations, Your Honor, or when the crime is already being committed in the presence of other people, and the police would have to announce the authority and the manner and the reason why he's going to effect the arrest or the police operation, Your Honor.
And possibly hindi unarmed yung suspect. Sigurado kayo unarmed, so you may resort to using a megaphone for him to come out peacefully and surrender.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
That
Yes,
is in cases of you're issuing a warrant of arrest, lumabas ka na dyan, may bullhorn ka, di ba? O
Yes,
kaya may hostage case, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
I always use a bullhorn. I have a bullhorn in my car all the time. For, bad habit from my mayor days, and it's very effective actually. And even from a disaster point of view.
Yes, sir.
But having said that, can you
Mr. Chair, just on the point about the use of megaphones, I'm glad that the resource person now has acknowledged that there are certain instances where the use of megaphone would be advisable. And may I point out, and you guys should know this is in your PNP operational guidelines, both in 2010 and 2013. The Philippine National Police operational procedures, both of 2010 and 2013. So may I just cite from the latest, the 2013 requirements of police operations. That's Rule 6. Then you have Rule 6.2, use of megaphones and similar instruments. During actual police intervention operations, the team leader shall use peaceful means, including the use of megaphones or any other similar instruments to warn or influence the offenders or suspects to stop and or peacefully give up. So we actually just base
Yes, Madam.
what is provided in my bill
Yes, Madam Chair.
on
Madam-
your own police operational guidelines, because I think this is standard in police intervention operations in many jurisdictions. But as you said, not all instances with the use of megaphone would be
Would be
advisable.
Yes, Your Honor.
But this is part of your own operational guidelines. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry for deviating, Mr. Chairman. Please go ahead.
Where were we? All right.
DUI.
Yung mga cases ng DUI nyo, this is 50, no? Lahat sila ay mga police characters din.
A majority of them, Your Honor. Some are still unidentified. That's why we still have
Okay, how many are unidentified out of 54?
unidentified, sir, is 5.
5.
Yes, Your Honor.
So that's about 10%.
Yes, Your Honor. Roughly
Alright.
10%.
All right. And the rest are police may record.
Yes, Your Honor.
Criminals.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. And they were killed, as you say, by people who are actually their ilk, or people killed by police na dating humahawak sa kanila, or mga kakompetensya nila. Is that correct?
Yes, in any of the 3 possibilities, Your Honor.
And you have the suspects already na of the about ilang suspects you left?
9
right?
cases, Your Honor. 9 cases have been cleared, wherein the suspects have been identified.
Sorry?
9 cases of those 54 wherein suspects have been identified.
Identified. Nahuli
Yes,
na ba yan? Di pa?
No, sir, but we were able to neutralize 4 of those possible suspects in that killing, Your Honor. Also in another drug operation by the police.
Wala pa kayong cases na napafile?
Cases for filing, sir, we have 6, but still consolidating evidence.
6 cases
Yes, sir.
for filing. Wala pa napafile.
Wala pa po, sir.
Yung mga baril, saan napupunta yung mga baril pagkatapos?
We surrendered them to our crime laboratory for ballistics
At
examination.
pag natapos doon, saan napupunta yan?
It will be in the custody of the crime laboratory, Your Honor. In the event that the same will be presented in court or needed to be
Ang
presented.
worry ng Senate is baka nire-recycle para magamit ng police ko pagka may saan tinatapon. That has been known to happen. Is that correct?
Well, in my experience, sir, we document the turnover. We observe the proper chain of custody.
I'm just saying that you know that this has happened.
There
There
are insinuations, Your Honor.
hindi lang sa sine, pero sa nangyayari yan, may binabatong baril pagka nakabaril para, no? And that's what we want to do. The less firearms there are, the better na nakakalat, right?
Yes,
Can you
sir.
give us a list of these firearms? And,
Yes, Your Honor.
and their serial numbers?
Yes, Your Honor.
And can you give us, you're reading from a document that you have there of
Yes,
the
Your Honor.
200 as of this date, no?
Yes, Your Honor.
254, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you give us a copy of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Can I instruct and properly mark this? Nasaan na ba tayong exhibit? Z. Okay. All right. Now, normally, do you tell the mayor, Mayor, may binaril ngayong gabi dito ngayon at that particular time?
Yes, sir. We submit a regular report of our operations on a daily journal, sir, submitted to the city.
Daily journal.
For the information of the city government, Your Honor.
Would that help if the mayor was told, may barilan ho ngayon, may namatay dito? For example, in my area, in the Red Cross compound in Port area, ko-complain na ako ngayon dito.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ilang beses na nagbabarilan doon, 3-4 na namatay ata doon.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're familiar with that place?
Yes, Your Honor.
In fact, may umaakit doon sa mga kuryente ng Red Cross at meron pang lineman ng Meralco, binaril, patay.
Yes, Your Honor.
You're aware of that?
Yes, Your Honor. It was brought to my attention, Your Honor.
And when it went to your attention, did you catch anybody who killed that lineman?
Yes, Your Honor. If I may be allowed to check my records.
Please do that.
In fact, last Friday, based on the information provided by my regional director as given by the Honorable Senator, we conducted operations at the vicinity of Red Cross area, Your Honor.
Apat na napapatay dyan over the last several months.
Wherein an operation was conducted by the Manila Police District resulting to the neutralization of a suspected robbery hold-up person. Also, a person was killed and the recovery of a 38 caliber pistol in his possession.
All right, I will.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to put that in my vocabulary, but anyways,
Yes,
it's
sir.
what they call practice.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, robbery suspect siya lumalabas.
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
And he was the one who
We believe
eliminated or killed this...
Last Friday, Your Honor.
yun, ha?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Great. That's good to know. Nahuli niyo na yung nagpapatay doon. Have you ever conducted a raid, for example, in layers like that where they would have drugs? Normally, may mga drugs dyan, di ba? Normally.
Yes, Your Honor. That's part of our Oblan Galugad as mandated by our
And the one thing that the public fails to see sometimes, and I'm not saying that this should be an attitude that we should foster, na porque may drug pusher or drug addict doon, eh, pinapatay na sila. The one thing I'd like also the public to know, in fairness to the policemen,
Yes.
is that many of the areas that you're raiding, kasi nagkakaroon ng kulay ng class war eh. May hirap lang ang pinapatay. Right? Di ba? Kasi karamihan talaga from the lower end of the economic ladder, di ba?
Yes, Your
Ang
Honor.
napapatay because sila ang either user or pusher. But what is the reality on the ground? Ano ba ang reality on the ground? Doon ba sa mga lugar na yan, yan sa mga tondo o yung mga dati ng mga areas, halimbawa dyan sa iba mga lugar dyan, meron mga talagang uso dyan ang droga. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sa Maynila, saan ang droga?
Based on the report provided to us by PIDEA, the most affected barangays are in the Tondo district in Manila and also in
Which part of
Sampaloc.
Tondo? Pritil?
On the western part, Your Honor,
Tagalangin?
yes. In Baseco, in...
Baseco, malapit
yes,
sa
Your
amin
Honor.
yun.
Yes, Your Honor.
Nagtitraining pa ako ng disaster
Yes,
dyan,
Your
no?
Honor.
So, yung mga lugar na yan.
Yes, Your Honor.
Eh, sinasabi ko lang yan para in fairness to the police, talaga kung magkamisan, pag mahuli nyo, may nababaril, talagang maraming droga dyan. Now, what is the source? Why? Why are these people in drugs? Wala na ang pera eh. Bibili pa na. Magkano yung shabu ngayon? Mahal na siguro, no?
Yes, Your Honor. I think based by PIDEA estimate, it will amount to 5,000 per gram.
5,000.
5 to 10,000 per gram.
And before these incidents occurred, magkano dati ang drugs? Ang droga?
Mga
General,
1,000 to 3,000 per gram, Your Honor.
so tumaas ng almost 40%.
Yes. That's the based on the reports we received, Your Honor.
Sabi nga, 25,000, sabi ng isang dyaryo eh. 30,000 pa nga nabasa ko eh.
Your Honor,
Hindi ka naman gumagamit kaya hindi ka namimili.
had gone up before the Duterte administration. The price of Shabu ranges from 1,200 to 13,000 depending on the place
1,200,
to 13,000, Your Honor.
1 gram? Great.
Yes, Your Honor. 1,300 to 13,000 pesos per gram, Your Honor.
Ganon kamahal.
Yes, Your Honor. And then the most recent reports that we received from our field office, it now ranges from 1,200 to 25,000, Your Honor, depending on the place. So if you get the average, that will be the price of shabu has doubled.
I go back to my question. Bakit maraming drugs dyan sa lugar na yan kung wala pera? Sila nabibilihan, ganun ba?
Understand that most of the members of the distribution network of drug syndicates come from those areas, Your Honor. So
But
that's why.
what's their market?
The markets will be coming also from the city
The
of
neighborhood.
Yes, Your Honor, from the
Eh kung
neighborhood.
walang pera yung mga tao doon, ba't namimili sila? Saan sila kumukuha ng pera?
Precisely why we are correlating the incidents of robbery and theft incidents to drug abuse.
Now,
and
I'm
drug
just trying
trafficking, Your
to let you explain to the public
Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
kung sila nagdodroga, ang masama sa droga, kung walang pera, namimili sila ng droga,
Yes, sir.
nanganganak ng crime.
Yes, Your Honor. That is our analysis for the
And
past.
usually yung crime will be robberies and
theft, Your Honor.
so kung maraming droga, maraming robberies and theft. Maraming nangaagaw ng cellphone.
Yes, Your Honor.
Maraming nanunutok ng kutsilyo sa jeep.
Yes, Your Honor.
So yun ba talaga ang experience nyo?
Well, for the past 3 months, our records show that there is a
Yes,
marked
please go ahead.
decline or decrease in the number of
And
robbery
that's
and
the
theft
reason
cases.
why
in
there's a 49% decrease, no,
Yes,
in
Your Honor.
crimes against property
Yes, Your
and
Honor.
even crime against persons. Di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
So because you are now able to stem the flow, and because it has become expensive, less people are using it, would that be fair?
Or would have probably transferred to other areas wherein the anti-drug criminality campaign is not as harsh or as
So kung
aggressive as
maluwag,
Manila.
let's just say sa ibang lugar, katulad,
Yes,
let's
sir.
say sa, somebody please operate that, because I only got the top 10 here. And to me, yung trend natin halos pareho, mataas lang kayo eh. Meron mga lugar na zero ang namamatay eh. Somebody operating this? Ayan, ayan, may zero, ayan, lada. Copies, zero. Baka tamad daw yung provincial director. Ayan, Bukidnon, zero. Sayang, wala si Mayor Subiri, no? Senator Subiri. Copies, zero. Northern Samar, zero. Di ba si Jaguar dyan nag-ooperate?
Cebu.
Espinosa. I'm sorry, Espinosa.
Or Region 8, Your Honor.
Oh, pero kasosyo niya dati si Espinosa, di ba?
I'm not privileged to that information. I don't know.
And then, sa Sulu, zero. Naniniwala ka ba doon? Yan na lang. Lapay niya. Naniniwala ba kayo? So, I mean, to me, either hindi nag-ooperate yung police ninyo, nakakahuli sila, o may... there is I don't know if it's an unfair comment
I
here.
have may I interject, Mr. Chairman?
Go ahead.
In which area are you succeeding? Yung meaning sa demand reduction or sa supply reduction? Mas saan ng evident yung success ninyo sa drug operation? Sa supply or sa demand?
Yes, sir. I can only speak for the City of Manila, Your Honor. I think in the supply reduction, Your Honor, because we were able to address the problem in the street level, at the street trafficking level, Your Honor.
Are you still able to arrest people sa Manila for
Yes,
drug possession? Marami pa.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you for that opportunity. I would like
You're
to inform
welcome.
the good body that more than the neutralization of police suspects, we have already arrested a total of 1,695 drug users, pushers for the past 3 months, Your
When you
Honor.
arrest a drug pusher, I'd imagine you catch him in flagrante delicto with drugs,
Yes, Your Honor.
with shabu.
Yes, Your Honor. In the act of using the drugs, particularly in drug dens, we have raided and in the resulting to the arrest of the suspects, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. There all been cases have been filed in court.
Pero araw-araw, marami pa o tumataas pa o bumaba na?
On the average, sir, meron every day, sir, mga about 25 arrests to 30 arrests every day.
So marami pa rin.
Marami pa rin po, sir.
And they're all, do you have a crime map, I suppose?
Yes, Your Honor, we do, sir.
Can you present us a crime map? Saan ang crime map sa pinakamaraming drugs sa, let's say, sa Manila is number 1 eh. Ang dami nyo napatay. Ang dami napatay
Your
dito.
Honor. I don't have it right now, Your Honor, but I understand 92% of the City of Manila is affected by the use of illegal drugs.
92% of Manila
The
is
barangays,
affected
of
by
barangays.
drugs. And how
Yes,
many,
Your Honor.
have you made a dent on that?
I understand, Your Honor, through our efforts and with the support of the local government, we'll be able to clear few barangays for the past 3 months. I think about 120 barangays.
Let me ask you a question now. Do you see a higher incidence now of resistance with firearms by the pushers?
I would think so, yes, sir.
No,
most
I don't know what you. I'm not interested in what you're thinking. We're not in the business of speculating here.
Yes, sir.
Because of the activities here, yung bang ina-arresto ng mga pulis ng bayan, pagka aresto may baril na yung karamihan. Because ang dami nyo nakuha ang baril.
Yes,
Sa
sir.
200, halos sa 190 ba?
195, Your Honor.
195. Lahat yung baril.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ilan ang paltik?
I do not have the records with me, Your Honor, as to the whether
Pero
it's a Baltic or
these are serious firearms, no? Hindi paltik.
Yes,
Hindi
Your Honor.
sumpak.
Ako,
Yes,
I have
sir.
hindi naman malicious question. Why would there be more dead persons than firearms?
Because in instances, Your Honor, I don't have
Tumagos yung
exact
bala.
because- No, sir. There are
No.
suspects who are using bladed weapons also,
Bladed
Honor.
weapons.
Yes, Your Honor.
So not all 200 killed during police operations armed with firearms.
With a firearm.
I was about to ask that because
Honor.
may kulang nga. Siyempre, yung mga I was going there because sumpak, meron ba?
Yes, sir. Meron improvised shotgun, Your Honor.
Improvised shotgun.
Yes,
So,
sir.
when you say shotgun, ilan doon ang tunay na shotgun, ilan doon ang sumpak?
I don't have the records, Your Honor, but I can furnish you.
Can you estimate more or less?
Yes, Your Honor.
Kasi kung kumikita sila sa drugs, makakabili sila ng magandang baril, di ba?
Just allow me to check my.
Because the next question right now I'm going to ask and I'm going to make you prepare for it, kung gano'ng karami ang baril, saan sila namimili ng baril? Is that fair?
Yes, Your Honor.
Kung may baril sila, may binibili ng baril. Dahil maraming pera, may baril. Hanggang nga sa loob ng Muntinlupa, nakakakuha ng baril eh. Dami pa. I thought,
Sir,
yeah, go ahead.
Sa PIDEA, ganun ba? Kasi Manila yun eh. Yung sa demand reduction and supply reduction, saang field kayo mas nagsasucceed? On a nationwide scale?
It is more on the supply reduction, Your Honor.
Sa supply din?
Supply. So,
Anong
na-interdict.
percentage sa ano yan? Yung success rate nyo, yung effect sa supply reduction, saka sa demand reduction, more or less, paano nyo mako-compare? Say, kung 100% yung kabuuan, ilang percent yung apektado sa on the supply side at saka doon sa market side, sa demand?
I would say it will be a 45 to 55 percent ratio, Your Honor, giving weight more on the demand reduction because when we say demand reduction, this concerns people, Your Honor.
Yes.
And when we are able to, when on the demand reduction side, Your Honor, it is about the preventive education, the rehabilitation centers, and then you have the organization, mobilization, and getting the people involved in this fight against drugs. And when we have that situation, this is then when we have the people awakened and get involved in this fight against drugs, then we will have a better chance.
So there's a 45% reduction in the demand for shabu, for example, ganon? O 55%? Ano ba yung 45-55 mo?
The weight, the importance of the supply at compared to the
Yes.
demand reduction.
So, ilan ang reduction sa demand side? Bumaba yung demand kasi takot na sila or ayaw na nila magshabu. Ilan yon? Ilang percent? Say in a 100% pie. Gano'n na-reduce yung demand? Siyempre, alam na nagkakapatayan, hindi na sila bibili kasi baka madisgrasya sila, hindi ba? So sabi mo, yun ang 45%? Dahil sabi mo, sa supply mas nabawasan eh.
Well, I would say, Your Honor, that if we will base it on the price of shabu, which gone up, then that will mean that
Scarce yung supply.
Yes,
If we go
yes,
by
yeah.
yung the law of supply and demand, no, hindi ko rin ma-explain ito eh. Kasi kung marami nang umaayaw, ayaw na maggumamit, bababa yung demand. Kung mababa ang demand, bakit tataas yung presyo? Wala nga nagde-demand. So, bababa dapat ang presyo, di ba? But of course, there's the other approach, kasi two-pronged dito. Kung kokonti na yung supply, kasi nga ayaw na mag-manufacture, wala nang pumapasok ng mga precursors, etc., scarce ngayon yung supply, tataas yung presyo. Pero dahil mababa naman yung demand, bakit sobrang taas? Umabot na ng 25,000 na per gram ang sa
Yes, Your Honor.
high-end.
Yeah.
So how would you explain that if we analyze it on the basis of the law of supply and demand? Kasi constant yung demand, hindi nabawasan, pareho pa rin hindi-demand, wala nang supply, naturally, tataas yung presyo.
That's right, Your Honor.
But kung nababawasan din yung demand, maski nababawasan yung supply, hindi gaanong maapektuhan yung presyo, di ba?
Yes, Your Honor.
Kasi walang takers, walang buyers masyado nabawasan. Say, 100 dati yung gumagamit. Natakot na yung, namatay na yung 10. Natira ngayon, 90. Doon sa 90, natakot yung 50, naiwanan 40 na gumagamit. So, konti na lang yung bibili. Bakit tataas ang presyo?
Yes, Your Honor. Maybe I would say, Your Honor, that the effect of the demand reduction activities will be felt a little later. For example, rehabilitation. On the rehabilitation, it will take about 6.
But remember that more than 700,000 drug users have surrendered. Di ba? And maybe hindi naman kaya i-accommodate lang ng rehab centers yon. So yung iba, self-rehab. Withdrawal na lang. So kung 700,000 users out of 3 million, that's a big dent, di ba? So bakit mataas pa rin ang presyo? Even assuming na yung supply nabawasan kasi wala nang masyadong nagagawa, mga laboratory. Bakit tataas yung presyo pa rin? Nang ganong kataas? Pwede mag-spike yung price, pero hindi ganong kataas kasi nabawasan yung market mo, yung merkado Can you make an analysis?
Yes, Your Honor.
And
We'll
submit
do.
to the committee kasi mahirap magkwenta mentally.
Yes, Your Honor.
Diba?
Your Honor. Well, offhand, Your Honor, maybe the demand reduction, the supply reduction is more effective than the demand reduction. So that's why the price of the shabu has gone up. But we will make a study, Your Honor, and we'll present it.
Based on study. Tapos, teka, na-redefine nyo na ba yung affectation, yung barangay affectation? Kasi I understand, kaya 94% o 93% sa Metro Manila ng mga barangays affected. Kasi isang user lang sa isang barangay, drug affected na. And I suggested, in one of our meetings, i-redefine ninyo. Otherwise, hindi kayo aalis ng 100% drug affectation. Maybe, mag-ano kayo ng threshold? Yung talagang, pag affected yung barangay, hindi yung affected isang tao, buong barangay affected na. Hindi ba? Ano ba yung ano nyo dyan? How would you redefine?
Yes, Your Honor. We now define the affected barangays into 3 categories, and these are the seriously affected, and then moderately affected, and slightly affected. And then on the seriously affected, it will mean that there is a presence of at least one clandestine drug laboratory or marijuana plantation in the community. Reported presence of more than 20% of the barangay's total population are drug personalities. Yes, Your Honor. And then for a moderately affected barangay, it will mean that there are 2% or 20% of the barangay's total population are drug personalities, meaning users, pushers, or financiers. And then slightly affected, it will mean that less than 2% of the total barangay population are drug personalities, Your Honor.
So, because you have redefined, nabawasan ba yung drug affectation? Ano na ngayon ang statistics ninyo? How many barangays out of the 42,036 barangays all over the country, ilan na lang o how many percent na lang ang drug affected based on your redefinition of drug affectation?
There is an ongoing survey again, Your Honor, based on this new definition of drug affectation, Your Honor, and we will also submit our report
Okay.
as soon as it is obtained, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
I just have a few questions to Dr. Colonel, to General La Peñas. Let me cut to the chase here. Dumami ang drugs. Bakit hindi natin nasawatayan dati? Ngayon, sumobra na tayo. We have to resort to certain things. How do we prevent that from happening? Would you say, well, I'll ask one question muna. Would you say, Chief Superintendent, we're winning in Manila? In your jurisdiction?
Sir, I would say in the
In spite
tactical
of
level,
your
yes, sir.
position?
Yes, sir. At the tactical level, at the street level, I believe we are, sir. I can firmly stand on the record of the Manila Police on this.
You're winning.
Yes, Your Honor.
When are you gonna defeat it?
As long as we'll be able to clear all 92 barangays of drug affectation, sir.
And how will you be able to
Total
clear it
victory.
if the source of the drugs, as Senator Lacson was asking, the supply keeps on coming?
So, still with our relentless anti-criminality campaign, Your Honor.
So you're just fighting fires.
And in cooperation with other agencies.
Let me ask, and I've asked you this before. At an earlier proceeding and a separate hearing, saan galing ang drugs?
Mainly from China, Your Honor.
China.
I heard somewhere North Korea. Ano ba yan? Totoo ba yan?
Well, there was a mention of North Korea by JB Sebastian during the congressional hearing, Your Honor. Yeah, but as far as our record is concerned, we did not have that information.
Do you think the government is doing enough to stop the flow of drugs from China?
I would say yes, Your Honor.
No, don't worry about President Duterte.
We are.
Because I know that meron siyang laro with China. What I want to know is what we can do to stem the tide of entree of drugs into the Philippines from China.
Yes, Honor. We have been talking with our counterpart with the Chinese government, Your Honor, and on the international cooperation side aspect of it.
That is one aspect. Kinakausap natin. I even sent a note verbal. Sinabi ko sa DFA, nagpadala ng note verbal ang China. Pumapasok pa ba hanggang ngayon? Yes.
Well, point of reference, Your Honor, I cannot say that we have shabu or precursors that have entered since this time that we have started talking.
All right. Let me qualify. Ilan ang shabu? Ilan ang other drugs? 90% ba shabu?
Yes, Your Honor. That's
Are you
yes, Your
sure?
Honor. Yeah, that's the drug of choice.
Ano
Your
susunod
Honor.
sa shabu?
It's marijuana, Your Honor.
Marijuana. Ilan ang marijuana? Of the 100%, 90% common shabu, ilan ang marijuana? The other day, go ahead.
We'll just look into our records, Your Honor.
See, while you're looking at your records, I know you can do two things at the same time.
Yes, Your Honor.
The other day, pumasok isang Chinese, Brazilian ba isa? Ang galing sa Brazil? Tatlo ang nahuli ninyo. Nagpapasok ng cocaine at saka ecstasy ba yan?
Yes, Your Honor. That's
Anong
one,
nationality po yun?
To Chinese, Hong Kong, Your Honor.
From Hong Kong.
Yes, Your Honor.
And
Russian.
Isa Russian, tama,
Yes,
Russian,
Russian.
tama, Russian at saka dalawang
Hong Kong.
Hong Kong Chinese.
Yes, Your Honor.
So sa bakit tuloy-tuloy pa yung pasok ng drugs hanggang ngayon?
Yes, Your Honor. These are the true couriers, but not the bulk.
Maybe I've done a poor job at it, but I was asking the good chief superintendent a while ago. I talked about the economic situation in these areas. May hirap, ano? And then the other one, so economic. Senator Pacquiao, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The problem of our country with regard to drug trafficking and drug abuse has grown into an emergency situation that now merits urgent action. Kailangan na siguro nating magpasa ng batas na pupugsa punto por punto sa lumalala nating problema sa droga. There is now a need to enact a measure that will decisively repress these heinous crimes. For this reason, I filed Senate Bill number 185, an act of impose the death penalty and increase the penalty in certain dangerous drugs crimes, amending for that purpose other special penal laws and for other purposes on the basis of Article 3, Section 19 of the 1987 Constitution, which states that excessive fines shall not be imposed, nor cruel, degrading, or inhuman punishment. Punishment inflicted. Neither shall that penalty be imposed unless for compelling reason involving heinous crimes. The Congress hereafter provides for it. This particular section has been debated upon the framers of our Constitution. Father Joaquin Bernas wanted to abolish the imposition of the death penalty. He proposed the Section 19 be written as, excessive fine shall not be imposed, nor cruel, degrading, or inhuman punishment inflicted. Death penalty already imposed shall be commuted to reclusion perpetua. However, Commissioners Arturo Padilla and Christian Munsod opposed to this proposal.
We have only one set of resource persons here. They all come from the law enforcement agency or law enforcement sector. So I don't know how we will proceed. At least for today, we can hear them out. But in the succeeding hearings, I would suggest that we hear the other sectors, Mr. Chairman.
Of course. Again, this will take the form of other matters, really, in terms of the bills proposed by Senator Pacquiao and Senator Lacson. So I think we can call the police to the NBI is here, right? Is the National Bureau of Investigation here? Director Dante Garan, and who else? Police General Ronald De La Rosa, who is represented by Police Chief Superintendent Edwin Roque, Chief Legal. Who else is here? Can you please stand up, Mr. Edwin Roque? All right, the oath has been administered to you already, right? Yes, thank you. And then the gentleman right beside you, Police Chief Superintendent. Yes. Go ahead. Who's next? Can you use the microphone, please?
I'm Chief Superintendent Oscar Albayaldo, Your Honor. I'm the Acting
All right.
Regional Director of the National Capital Region Police Office.
All the witnesses here have been administered. Has anybody been here that have not been able to take their oaths here? Anybody? So, you've all taken your oath. So, will you?
Proposition. During the deliberations, they advocated to add the exemption and imposing the death penalty by adding to the provision, unless for compelling reasons involving heinous crimes, the Congress hereafter provides for it. Their suggestion prevailed and was adopted by the Commission. True enough, this provision becomes relevant and useful in our ongoing war against drugs crimes. The provision speaks in clear language in granting Congress the authority to push for measures to reimpose the death penalty for compelling reasons. It is of my humble opinion that our current problem over heinous crimes related to the trafficking and abuse of dangerous drugs falls within the bounds of this constitutional limitation. Hence, in my proposed measure, I introduce some amendments to Republic Act number 165, known as the Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act of 2002, Senate Bill 1856, to provide certainty of punishment and more severe penalties to drug traffickers. For example, Section 4 of RA 9165 penalizes only the so-called drug mules that made no mention of the criminals orchestrating this illegal trade. Hence, I added in my proposed measure to also impose penalties to those who shall import or bring or force, intimidate, direct, instruct, or otherwise cause another person to bring into the country any dangerous drug, regardless of the quantity and purity involved. Moreover, Section 11 of RA 9165 imposes the penalty of life imprisonment.
Please stand up, the three of you. This will mean the lady, please. What's your name?
Your Honor, good morning. I'm Attorney Maria Lindbergh Constantinopla, the current Chief of Staff of the Internal Affairs Service, and I also sit as Chief of the Intelligence and Investigation Division of the Internal Affairs Service, Your Honor.
You are a civilian?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm a civilian component of the Internal Affairs Service.
Maria Lindbergh Constantinopla, representing Police Chief Superintendent Luterio.
Yes, Your Honor, he would like to extend his sincerest apology for his absence in today's hearing, Your Honor, because he's also engaged to participate in one equally important activity of the PNP, Your Honor.
That's right. And Police Chief Superintendent Albayalde, and you are NCRPO, and Police Chief Superintendent Rosauro Axio. Did I pronounce your name right? Axio, thank you. Okay. With the
Raise your right hand, please. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth in this proceeding? You may take your seats.
there have been many cases of killings of late, and not only of late, but in many instances in the past. The questions that we'd like to ask you here would also involve not just the imposition of the death penalty, but also matters involving extrajudicial killings in a very loose definition. Perhaps I would let Senator Pacquiao, because it is the intention of the chair to proceed with the investigation on extrajudicial killings. Would you like to ask a question, Senator Pacquiao, or no need? Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. In relation again to the
death penalty for those who will be caught in possession of 50 grams or more of shabu has been reduced to 10 grams in Senate Bill number 185. Procedurally, the present bill is being filed separate from similarly intended bills for other kinds of crimes in order to move the bill forward with focus and unburdened by more lengthy consideration of other crimes. This will allow for a timely opportunity to stop the nation's growing problem over crimes related to the trafficking and abuse of dangerous drugs. The Senate must be clear in its intention to deter dangerous drug crimes and toll the warning bell that the country will now fight back to reign the good of its people, the meaning of its future. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And that's the bill that I'm trying to pass and become a law. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Pacquiao. For the record, there's a second bill here, and I think there are other bills that have been filed. I just want to be sure that we have it all. This time written by Senator Lacson, and the title of which is An Act Instituting the Death Penalty in the Philippines. And the bill of Senator Pacquiao involves imposition of the death penalty in cases of drugs. And on the other hand, there's a general bill here reimposing the death penalty pursuant to the constitutional provision on a law that must be passed in connection with the imposition of the death penalty. So, Senator Lacson, would you like to make a comment on your bill?
No, Mr. Chairman. I think we should now ask the resource persons. But I noticed that we